So what's up NBA fans? In a sudden twist of nasty decision, probably in a move to elevate the star quality of current stars, the National Basketball Association decided to put up their all-decade NBA team. And their selection, although with justifications, did not escape the uproar of basketball fans who still cheer for their still unforgotten retired superstars. But before we discuss it, please subscribe, share, and like my channel. This is Professor Baller TV. The NBA chose 15 outstanding players that made their mark in the NBA starting from 2010 up to 2019. They divided them into three classes from All NBA First Team, Second Team, and Third Team. Consisting the NBA All-Decade First Team are All Hail the King! Lebron James, despite not reaching the playoffs in the last NBA season with his new team, the Los Angeles Lakers, still leads the NBA superstars as he bannered the first team selection. James, from 2010 up to 2019, posted averages of 26.9 points per game, 7.7 rebounds per game, and 7.6 assists per game. He has 10 All-Star appearances and 10 All-NBA selections in the decade. LeBron's rival Kevin Durant is also in the first NBA team, registering averages of 28 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game, and 4.4 assists per game with 10 All-Star appearances and 9 All-NBA selections. Golden State Warriors sniper Stephen Curry is also with the first team after averaging 23.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, and 6.6 assists per game. He got 6 All-Star appearances and also 6 All-NBA team selections. Also included is James Harden of the Houston Rockets with 24.3 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, and 6.2 assists per game. He was selected in the All-Stars 7 times and 6 times in the All-NBA team. While newly crowned champion Kawhi Leonard belongs to the group even though posting modest averages in the decade. He got a small 17.7 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game, and 2.4 assists per game. Due to constant injury, Leonard was selected in the All-Star game and All-NBA team only 3 times. This team combined for 10 rings over the 10-year span. Curry, who essentially changed the game this decade, broke out as the NBA's most elite three-point shooter. Harden elevated his play by going from Kia 6th Man of the Year to Kia MVP, recording the most 50-point games this decade with 18. Leonard's regular season numbers don't match those of his peers, partly due to the San Antonio Spurs system he played in. But his playoff success with 2 Finals MVP and vaunted defense with 2 Kia Defensive Player of the Year awards make his case for first team. Durant, another 2-time Finals MVP, asserted himself as one of the most prolific scorers in history, averaging a decade-best 28 points. While LeBron James, who operated as the face of the league in the 2010, won his 3 championships, a decade-best 3 MVPs, and was the only player who earned an All-NBA nod and be voted an All-Star in each season. Belonging to the All-Decade second team are Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, and Carmelo Anthony. Now this team are highly skilled basketball stars, but their lack of postseason success is the reason why they end up in the second team. Chris Paul, who is widely considered as the NBA's top point guard for the first half of 2010s, led the league in assists per game for the decade, while making 6 All-Star defensive first teams. Joining the two-way star in the backcourt is Westbrook, whose 3 consecutive seasons with triple-double averages speak for themselves. Davis burst onto the scene in 2012 and quickly emerged as a preeminent wonder. Griffin followed up his unanimous Kia Rookie of the Year campaign in 2010 and 2011 with seasons of legitimate All-Star production. And with James and Durant excluded, No small forward scored more points this decade than Anthony. Composing the All-NBA third team are Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, Paul George, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is a combination of the old, the new, and in between. This is when the reactions becomes nasty after former All-Star guard Gilbert Arenas questioned the inclusion of Antetokounmpo, who has just emerged as an elite player in the latter years of the decade. Other fans ridiculed other players, including Anthony Davis, who was said to have not proven anything in the league after bowing out of the playoffs year after year. Other questions the inclusion of Melo and Aldridge while looking for Dirk Nowitzki, who was unstoppable during the first half of the decade. One fan even mentioned Blazers guard Damian Lillard that is supposed to be considered than Giannis. With all the much talk and criticisms on the selection, what about you basketball fans? Who do you think deserve their spots in the all-decade NBA teams and who do not? Which one do you think should be included? Please comment and react below and please subscribe to my channel. Adios!